Hi Instagram. I am also live on Facebook, so I'm going to be looking back and forth. What I wanted to come on today and talk about was key considerations for those of you who have had a C-section. I will always get the question when I'm talking about yoga and diastasis and, is there anything in particular that I need to know if I had a C-section? And in general, the principles of healing your body from a C-section birth and a vaginal birth are very similar. There is, though, one additional thing that I would like all my C-section mamas to be doing in order to make sure that their core is working as well as possible, and that is scar massage. And really, this is going to be the case. It's going to be really valuable whether or not you had C-section or any sort of abdominal massage that resulted, abdominal surgery that resulted in a scar. So those of you just hopping on, hey there, here comes my dog. She's about to walk in front of me. I'm doing this on Facebook and Instagram. That's why I'm looking back and forth. All right, so how do you do a C-section massage? Lou, over here, come here. This is how well-behaved my dog is. Okay, how do you do C-section massage? Basically, I'm gonna use my arm as a demo, okay? So imagine that I have my scar along my arm. Now, there's a couple of layers that we're going to want to deal with. Down. She's really well behaved. Sit. Down. Good. Okay. We're going to want to work with a couple different layers. We have the skin layer on the top. We have the layer of kind of muscle and tissue underneath that. And then when we're working with a C-section massage, we also kind of want to get all the way down to the organs, because scar tissue is it's magical in many ways, but it's also this living, breathing organism. And so it can get really deep down into deep layers of muscle and even get into the organs. And so then it can prevent the bladder from working properly. It can prevent the core muscles from engaging properly. So what you want to do is imagine, here's my scar, right? First thing you want to do is really work at the layer of the skin. And if you just had your C-section, that's really the only layer you're going to work with right now because it's going to be tender, right? So you want to go along the scar. First, kind of go on top of it, back and forth, rubbing back and forth. Just trying to make sure if you feel any sort of pulling, any tension, work with that area, move it back and forth until that goes away, until that adhesion breaks up. So you go back and forth, do that above and below the scar. Then I want you to go up and down over the scar like this, right? So I'm literally rubbing it back and forth. Anytime I find that there is a sticky spot or a tender spot, I give it a little bit more attention and I work with it. If it feels extremely tender, know that you can be gentle and you'll have lots of chances to do this and it will shift over time. So going back and forth. Then I want you to think about going kind of around in circles. Again, all these different types of movement are going to move the tissues in different ways, and that's going to be extremely valuable. Sorry, everybody. She's so helpful. Sit. Get down. All right, so you've gone back and forth, up and down. Hey, sit. Down. All right. Then you've gone in circles. Good. That's a good first start. Then you can take your fingers on the scar like you're kind of playing piano, going up and down like you're playing piano. Again, every different type of movement you add to it is going to create different movements in the tissues. You may find something else. Okay, so that's the top layer of skin. The last thing you're going to want to do is lift up the scar and roll it. See, like roll it like I'm just rolling my skin. Roll it. Roll it around. Make sure, especially at the ends can get really sticky. Make sure that as you move it and you're rolling it, that is working fine. Sorry for those of you on Facebook, my dog is blocking the stream. Okay, so that's the top layer. Then when you get to the second layer, you're doing the same thing, but now you're just gonna be pushing a little bit deeper. So as you're going in, you're really gonna be thinking about moving back and forth, right? See, as I'm going up and down, I'm moving it back and forth. I'm going up and down, left and right, and then I'm gonna go in big circles. Then when you get to the layer of organs, right? So this I'll demo on my belly, right? So if your scar is horizontal, then you're going to be really kind of cupping underneath the scar, right? If the scar is here, I'm going a little bit below it, really kind of trying to get underneath where my organs are, my uterus, my bladder, and I'm going to be pulling up all the way across, right, to my, again, sorry Facebook, she's really blocking you, all the way, so like from hip to hip, right? And as I'm doing this, I'm going under the scar, and then I'm pulling up above the scar. Yeah, so really just getting it to move, and then again, moving across left to right, above the scar, below the scar, and on top of the scar, so that everything gets unadhesed, right? Scar tissue is sticky, and it can really just kind of gum stuff up. So the main thing we are doing here, going up and down with that cupping, is making sure that nothing is stuck, gummy. That's the way I think of it. Oh my gosh, she's the worst. I love her, but she's the worst. Okay, so that is basically it. Next time I will shut the door so the dog cannot join me in this process. Let me know if you have questions about C-section scar massage, but in general, you want to be doing it every day until stuff moves really easily. Once you've got it moving, just step on my computer. Once you've got it moving really easily, then you can go to once a week, and you want to keep doing it, sorry to say, but for a while, because scars can be growing for like 2 years. So you want to really be just checking in with it regularly. So ridiculous. Because if you don't check in with it regularly, it can get gummed up again. All right. Why do we have dogs? Why? Why do we, when we have children, also have dogs? It seems very silly. Hey, stop. No. No. Come on. All right, guys. Thank you. Let me know if you have questions. Bye. Oh, how long post C-section? Thanks, Kim, for that question. So once you're like, 6 to 8 weeks, things have healed. Once it's healed for the most part, then you want to start doing that top layer massage. Okay, stop. No. Sit. So start after 6 to 8 weeks. When it's healed, you're going to have to be really tender at that point, because it is going to be tender as well. But once it starts feeling less tender, then you can start being a little bit more aggressive with it. The earlier you do it, the better, because that's really going to prevent it from getting stuck. The issue is sometimes when it is stuck, like when you haven't done it at all, then it will be a little stuck. So like some are saying, what if it's 2 years postpartum? No big deal. Just start doing it now. That's totally fine. What you may find is that you just have adhesions. That's okay. As you work with them, they will loosen up. And as they loosen up, your muscles will function better. You will have less pain. So sometimes people, as they're working to strengthen their core muscles, they find like, oh, I get these like pains in my abdomen. Very often that's because of scar tissue stuff. The scar tissue can pull and create pain in the body. So as you release that pain should reduce, your muscles will work better. All right. Any other questions, just put them up there. Let me know. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.